let's talk about pen holders really quick. So in general, there are two types of pen holders, the straight pen holder and the oblique pen holder. I personally like the oblique pen holder because the script is slanted. It's very difficult for me to achieve that 55-degree slant even if I twist my paper this way and I do this. But if maybe I'm doing like an up and down straight vertical script, it's definitely easier to use a straight pen. I would recommend that you try both because different people hold the pen different ways. Let's talk about oblique pens specifically. One of the main characteristics that I would want you to pay attention to when you're buying oblique pens is that if you put a ruler over here, the idea is you can put your nib in such a way that the tip of the nib is aligned with the center of your pen. This will give you a more balanced feel when you're writing. I used to love this oblique pen before I had the other one. But if you notice, if I put a ruler over here, it goes over the center. This is also a G-nib. It would feel slightly different and doesn't feel as balanced because it's off-center. Another thing that makes a difference with my writing, I find that the angle of your nib, basically. If you notice, the way the nibs are aligned or are angled are different. So the nib of the black holder that I'm holding, the angle of it is closer to the angle of the pen. But for the other one, it's more angled away. So what does that mean? So if I compare them side by side, you see this is lower to the paper and this is a bit higher. So when I try to put pressure on the pen, it's easier to do it with a lower angle. It's a bit harder to do it with a higher angle. On the other hand, it's harder for me at least to do squared tops here, squared ends with the lower one, and easier to do it with a higher angle. If you're having difficulty doing thicker shades, try putting it lower to the paper. If you're having difficulty with the paper snagging too much, doing the lower angle also helps instead of the higher angle. I'm not saying that there's a right or wrong angle between these two. It's just that I want you to try both and pay attention to how steep you're holding your nib, because it does make a difference to the feel of it and it does make a difference to your script as well.